Herschel Walker. He's responding to a new report about claims he paid for an ex-girlfriend to get an abortion. Now, Herschel Walker is running for the Senate. He's the Republican Senate nominee in Georgia. And in a radio interview today, Walker again denied the accusations, but he added even if they were true, they would be, quote, nothing to be ashamed of. This comes after the Daily Beast released another story on the claims, this time reporting that the ex-girlfriend is also the mother of one of Walker's 4 children. The Daily Beast does not name the woman, and ABC News has been unable to verify this report. Walker has previously said he didn't know who she was, and he expressed support for a national abortion ban without exceptions. ABC News Deputy Political Director Averi Harper joins us now to discuss this. I want to pick up on that last fact. So Herschel Walker stands for a national ban on abortion, no exceptions. You carry the rapist's child to term. Incest, you carry that child to term. So he's about as hardline on it as can be. And here is a report, and this woman does have documentation, she claims, around this. How much does it undermine his position here?
Right. I think we are seeing the former football star keep moving the goalpost on this. And when you hear that statement from that conservative radio interview that he did earlier today, this could jeopardize his candidacy, but by and large, what we've seen is national Republican figures stick by Herschel Walker on this. We've seen the RNC come out. We've seen Senator Rick Scott, who is the chair of the GOP's Senate campaign arm, come out in support of Herschel Walker. We've seen former President Trump also reiterate his support for the Republican Senate nominee in Georgia. And if you look at former President Trump and you look at that infamous Access Hollywood tape, what we see is proof that a scandal of this nature is not necessarily one that is completely disqualifying in this current Republican Party. So, by and large, I think we're going to see lots of Republicans, and Rachel Scott, who's been down in Georgia, who has been talking to some of those Walker supporters, has heard from them that they are unfazed by this scandal. So, it is too early to tell. We'll know for sure after Election Day, but I think that we're going to see, for the most part, Republicans stick by him because there's just few options for recourse this close to the election.
That's for sure. And Averi, let me ask you about the abortion issue. We've seen it make a difference in higher Democratic turnout, in that stunning result in Kansas. But polls seem to suggest, tell me if I'm wrong, that issue is fading in importance. There's so much concern about the economy and inflation. How much do you think the abortion issue will play in Georgia, but even beyond? Am I right that it's cooling as an issue out there?
Well, it still remains an important issue. If you look at our latest ABC News Washington Post poll, what we find is that matters of the economy and inflation are still ranking the highest of top concerns for voters as they determine who they're going to cast their ballots for. Right behind that is abortion. And so, of course, for many Americans, reproductive rights is a top issue. But for many others, it is more important that they figure out how to keep food on the table, how to keep gas in their gas tank, keep a roof over their heads before reproductive rights. Additionally, you mentioned Kansas. There aren't many Americans who are going to be voting singularly on abortion access in November, and so it is going to be a little bit different. So we will see what happens come Election Day.
We sure will. Let's switch gears to President Biden on the issue of the economy with the midterm elections coming up. He was in Poughkeepsie, New York today. We saw him. He made remarks essentially boasting about his administration's efforts to jumpstart the manufacturing sector, the high-tech manufacturing sector at that IBM facility in particular. Here's what President Biden said a little bit earlier at that facility where they are going to be making next-generation computer chips.
Listen to the leaders of IBM and across the country. They're making decisions right now about where to invest to produce these chips. And they're choosing America because they see we're coming back. We're leading the way. As I said, since I came to office, our economy has created 10 million jobs, 668 manufacturing jobs. Proof that Made in America is no longer a slogan. It's a reality.
Well, Avery, clearly the president there trying to put a positive spin on the economy. Some people might say he's trying to put lipstick on a pig, as the old saying goes. But he's got a tough sale right now. What are your takeaways from what he's trying to do in New York?
Right. Well, today was really about touting a legislative win, more specifically the CHIPS Act. He said this is about boosting manufacturing here at home, about keeping China at bay. And of course, it comes as Biden's approval numbers on the economy are underwater. Again, the economy and inflation are of top concern to voters. So it behooves him to speak about what his administration has been able to do in that area. But, as we see developments like OPEC deciding to cut production of oil and how that could send gas prices rising. This is something that could jeopardize Democratic support at the polls in November. So he has a long way to go till Election Day.
It's a tough road, no question about it. Avery, thanks very much, as always.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.